Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview on a Friday, September 25th, 2015 as we come down to the end of our trading week, and we just want to make sure that we end our week on a positive note. Traders is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, I'm coming to you live from Thailand where we got bright blue sunny skies, white sandy beaches, nice little cool breeze this morning, but I expect it to get very hot this afternoon. Absolutely beautiful outside. People walking around with their frappuccinos, all that good stuff. It's just a beautiful morning in Pattaya, Thailand. Alright, let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday. I'm your moderator for the market opening preview series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I will tell you that I do record this during the Asia session. Traders, don't forget, it is Friday, so after the New York close, we will have the Friday wrap-up where we go over about 16 to 20 daily charts, and we're looking at price action, what we can expect on the week ahead. Traders, I started trading in 2006, 2008. I retired from a wonderful 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida. Came to Thailand for a 3-month vacation 9 days later, and, well, it's 8 years, and guess what, my friends? I'm still in Asia. Love trading the Asia time zone, and the people here are just great. It's a great place to retire. So I look at fundamentals, I look at technicals. I'm a technical trader. I love looking at charts and doing analysis and looking for opportunities and probabilities on my side so I can be successful in my trade entries and exits. Now, I do not win every trade, but we sure do a lot of work to attempt and have more wins than losses on a monthly basis. Alright, that's just a little bit about myself. Let's get the legal stuff out of the way. Forex trading has a large potential reward, but also a large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Most importantly, traders, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, that's the legal stuff. Let's head on over to, let's look at the indices. What happened today in our indices? The US 30 closed negative 0.48%. The S&P 500 closed negative 0.34%. The NASDAQ closed negative 3.8%. The small cap 2000 closed negative 2.5%. Let's head on over to the Eurozone. The DAX closed negative 1.92%. The FTSE 100 closed negative 1.17%, with the CAC 40 closing at negative 1.93%, and the Eurostock 50 closed negative 0.97%. Let's head on over to Asia. Remember, these countries are currently trading as the markets are open. The Nikkei 225 is negative 0.34%. The S&P ASX 200 is negative 0.59%. And the Shanghai is negative 0.19%, as well as the Hang Seng in the red, barely at 0.05%, and the Kospi at Seoul is negative 0.72%. Data today is no data today, except for the New York session. We have GDP comes out, and that's our only high impact data today. Asia and London are flat for data. We have a couple of medium impact data coming out, but pretty much this is going to be a technical trading day. All right, so we've had quite an interesting day yesterday. Draghi speaking, some numbers coming out, and yeah, it was quite a seesaw event after the, well, during, I would say, the London lunch into New York, and I gave it up after that. I stayed in New York for about 2 hours and didn't see anything I liked, and I basically pulled out of that. But, you know, a lot of these pairs are staying with the trend and just, you know, doing its thing. You know, the only one that likes to give us trouble is that Euro Aussie, and we'll take a look at that in just a minute. Let's head on over to our charts. Remember, these are 30-minute charts, meaning that each candlestick on the chart is 30 minutes in duration. Traders, a lot of these trades are small trades today. We're not looking for big pips, looking for 25, 30 pips and get out. Okay, this is the pound dollar. And we need a pullback. We just can't trade this. We can't trade this into the support. We're in the middle of nowhere. I do see the daily pivot point there. I want a pullback back to the R1 pivot at 52.90, and we'll take profit at 52.20. And that's a nice 75 pip trade if you get into it at a reasonable area. And I think the pound can do it. The only bad thing about the pound is the pound does not like pullbacks. If you look left of this chart, you can see how rangy it is. Not a lot of price action. So we'll see how that works out today on a Friday. Let's take a look at the euro dollar. The euro dollar is definitely bearish. It definitely moved up yesterday with Draghi's speech, and apparently late in New York, it decided to sell off big time. And I can't believe it's at 1160. When I was in New York, it was at like 12, like almost like 80 pips away. So this is really sold off late in New York session. But this sold off, and good for the euro for staying back where it needs to be. I really missed the entry. Should have re-entered at that 1200, and I didn't do it. But you can see that was after. Looks like that was after or during Janet Yellen's talk. That big red candle. So that's a data candle. As Janet Yellen spoke late in the afternoon. I think it was 5 p.m. Eastern time. I know it was 4 p.m. Thailand time. So we're just going to continue. Look for this 1220 area. We'll sell it off. We want to take profit at 1169. Nice 30 pip trade if we can get this thing to pull back for us. All right, here's the Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar, again, I never want to buy the Aussie. I want to sell it. So it has closed at this daily pivot point. So I'd like to see another candle close down. Remember, these are 30-minute charts at 0.6988. We'll take it down to our resistance. I'm sorry, our support. You can see it on the yellow line there from our EA, and that's at 0.6941. If you look left of the chart, you can see some price action there, so we'll try to get out there. If you look right above that, we have the S1 pivot. Now, we might get a bounce there. If we get too big of a bounce, I'd probably get out or at least scale out of some of my position at that point there. But I'd like to get down in the 69.40 area. That'd be great. All right, let's take a look at the Euro Aussie. This today is bearish. So I'd like to see this pop up to this daily pivot point. It looks like it's bouncing off this 200 exponential moving average. So we want this to come back up to 6,000, 1.66,000. And, we'll take this back down to the downside. This isn't a place to sell it because it's apparent that this 200 EMA is, exponential moving average. And it's also right next to the S1 pivot where we want to take profit. So we're in the middle here, and it's definitely being rejected by this 200 EMA. So we need this to pull back. Wherever it pulls back to, it doesn't make a difference. It needs to pull back. Give us our second entry, and we'll get in there at 1.600. And we'll get out at 1.5860. Nice 40 pip trade if we can get this thing to pull back. It's all about price action today. It's going to be hard with no data, though. But I think it'll work. I think it'll work. All right, let's take a look at the Euro-Yen. Euro-Yen, is bearish. Look at this chart. Is that ugly or what? Look left of this chart. Look at how sideways this is. Really, really ugly. I just want to see this pop up a notch. I hope it bounces off this S1 pivot. Comes back up to the daily pivot point at 134.47. I like to enter a short there. Nice bearish candlestick formation. The thing that I'm worried about is if you look at, we have like the last 4 candles are indecision candles in the Asia session, which is okay because there was no data and there's no activity going on. There's no volatility in the markets. So we'll just keep an eye on that, but I just need a pullback, and then we'll get out of this thing at like 34.10. I know I put 3400 on the chart, but you don't want to wait to get down at 3400 and like 34.06, 07, get out of that thing because there are orders like crazy to buy there, okay? All right, let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar. I'm bearish in the New Zealand. It's in the sweet spot, folks. It's at price level 0.6322. We are ready to sell this. We want to take our profit at 0.6283. This is, again, a 60-plus pip trade. If this works, I do see the 200 exponential moving average in the center there. The key, though, is there's no price left of that, so I'm not worried about that. It's below that where we get into price issues left of the chart, but that's at our take profit area at the S1 pivot. So that looks like a pretty decent trade there, to be honest with you. Not bad at all. And really, you can enter this now. I would just put your stop above the daily pivot point, 10 pips above the daily pivot point. Or just wait for the London Open. I'll probably wait for like 2 or 3 hours before the London Open, then take a peek at the charts and see where we're at before we actually take this to the downside. Don't want to be wrong, right? Of course, yesterday was bullish. Unbelievable. But it is what it is. So Looks like Yellen really brought everybody back down in her speech and basically got everybody back down to where they needed to be. But unfortunately, that was the middle of the night for me, so I was not in front of any charts. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilda, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, I'd like to thank you for joining us today on a Friday, end of our trading week. Please don't forget the Friday wrap-up sometime after the New York close. Traders, have a great trading day, and always remember to trade smart and not hard. Take care, traders. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.